Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? This episode is brought to you by the 90-Day Habits Co. Are you a network marketer looking to step up your business, mindset, and habits in the next 90 days? Look no further than the 90-Day Habits Journal, a journal built by network marketers for network marketers. The 90-Day Habits is more than a journal. It's a 90-day blueprint to help you in momentum, to keep you in activity, and to help you achieve the goals you set for yourself in this business. At the end of the day, it's a habit builder to help you build the life you desire, doing what you love with who you love. This journal is created by my dear friends Sandy and Wade Crittades, and I truly love them both. I use this journal. I love this, and I'm so grateful for the inspiration and the extra accountability. Plus, I'm that person that just loves to cross things off, and it just makes me feel more satisfied. So commit to your business today and get your hands on a 90-Day Habits Journal. Better yet, get your team on board and watch your business grow. Visit 90-Day Habits, 90dayhabits.co and use Level Up 15 for 15% off your order today. You'll be glad you did. Hello, my Level Up friends. Last week, we spoke about burning the boats. We set goals, we make declarations, we make announcements, and then we sail off to success. Most, not you, you're not most, you're leveling up, but most head back when they experience rocky waters, when the storm hits, when success feels far off, when they can't see Success Island, they are back on that ship. And the ship, what that ship looks like sometimes is life, distractions, fears, insecurities, excuses. We justify, we attempt to scurry on that ship and hope nobody notices. But here's the thing, we see you. So in order to truly level up your potential, it takes burning the boat. And if you keep that boat, I can guarantee you that you're going to find your way back on it. So today, let's move into today. We're going to talk about competition. You know what I love so much about this word? Competition. It implies, it insinuates, it's referring to leveling up. So I was a tennis player growing up. And if I played a match against players that were seated higher than me, ranked higher than me, like I was expected to lose, right? I mean, you hear about that in sporting, oh, this person's ranked higher, that they're going to win. So you guys know what I'm talking about. It's amazing the power that we give a ranked number. If someone was ranked higher than me, the competition, like inside of my gut, increased. Guess what? So did my performance. Teams that are expected to win, players that are expected to win based on rank. See, here's the thing. I was determined to beat those players, beat those teams. I already know the power of the mind, and they might not think it was a competition, but it's the best one to the team or the player that doesn't allow the numbers or the ranking to define them. Rather sees it as an opportunity to redefine them. So for me personally, I went out with guns blazing. I had nothing to lose. I was competing. I was playing to win. I was thinking to win. I was practicing to win. I was speaking of winning. Our rate of improvement goes up when we are challenged, and it goes down when we aren't. It goes up in an arena of competition. Playing against people better than you raises your game. It makes it fun. It challenges us. That's how we grow. Without competition, it's boring. The game is boring. Life becomes mundane. When we play against people that aren't as good as we are, what do you think happens? Like, that's like hanging out with people that are achieving less, Maybe they're more unhealthy than you. Maybe they're ranked lower in your business, whatever. We feel better about ourselves. But then what also happens is we end up playing down to their level. Right? That's in sports. It's the same with business. You hang out with people who aren't committed to excellence, and all of a sudden we feel better than we really are. Now take this with love, because you're all amazing. But if you want to level up, compete, not against anyone. Compete to be your best. Don't take the shortcut. Don't cheat. Force yourself to expand, to grow, to do more, to attract more. I love being around leaders who force me to stretch simply by being in their presence. Get in the next level of growth so you can compete with the next level of leadership. So have you ever heard this? If you are, I don't even know if the term is fish, okay? But you guys could put any animal in. If you're the biggest fish in the room, you're in the wrong room. So I don't know if I'm saying it right with fish, but you get the idea. Like if you're the biggest, if you're the best, if you're the person earning the most, if you're the person with the biggest business, the best athlete on the team, okay? You're in the wrong room. Otherwise, what happens is we shrink. We stop competing. We stop expanding, right? So that doesn't mean leave the room. To me, it means raise the bar, right? Raise the bar. We pat ourselves on the back instead of pushing ourselves to our next level. When we're not feeling competition, we get comfortable. And to me, it's boring when I wasn't competing. In fact, if I played a player that was ranked lower than me, most of the time I lowered the bar. I played to their level. I was playing safe. I would overthink hitting the ball. I was hitting the ball softer. I was playing it safe, and it was boring. I was expected to win. So you know what? My focus, like, you don't do it intentionally, but my focus was more of not making a mistake than going out and giving it every single thing I had. I loved to play people better than me. I love being around people more successful than me. I love to be around people earning more than me. It forces me in a really good way to compete on their playing field. Without competition, you know what ends up happening? We end up participating. We end up going through the motions. And I'm not one of those people who think we should all get a trophy. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not. And that's why I build a business that's merit-based. I love knowing who is above me. I'm always looking up. And it's not like people are above me, they're better than me, but there's always going to be somebody in whatever you do for a living, earning more, doing more, right? So that allows that competitive nature inside of my soul. It doesn't make me feel bad about myself, okay? It makes me stretch. If they could do it, I could do it. They're evidence for me. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I want a new goal to stretch for. So today, okay, we're going to be going over 5 benefits of competition. We could probably list 20, but we're going to do 5 today, okay? Number 1, competition helps us grow. When we compete, we're challenged. Without challenge, we don't grow. We remain the same. We don't change. Like, look at the word challenge. And I probably said this on 20 podcasts. I don't even know. But if you remove LLE, it spells change. We compete to expand, to develop, to change, to improve, to become our best self. When we remain in our comfort zone, we aren't challenging ourselves. When we don't compete, we don't improve. When we don't improve, we remain the same. So new goals are competition. New level friends are competition. Not competition. We see it as me against you. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to against you versus the next level of you. New vision is competition. Okay. Number 2, competition instills great work ethic. Whether you're a leader, a coach, a parent, okay? Now, all of the best qualities to instill, right, and build, no matter if you're a parent, a coach, a leader, whatever, is work ethic. When I look back on my life, I was taught work ethic at a really young age. And sometimes when we're in it, we don't find the gratitude. And then when we're beyond it, we realize, wow, what a character trait that I'm so grateful to have. What a work ethic trait that I'm so grateful to have. I talk about my story in my very first podcast that I recorded, I really talked about my story. Who am I? Where did I come from? Where did my life lessons come from? So if you didn't get to know me that way, go back to that original episode. But I talk about this in my first podcast, and I could think back. I remember practicing tennis when like my friends were at the beach. I had my first job in a bakery at 13 years old because it was the only place that would hire me without working papers. So when I worked at that bakery, I worked Saturdays and Sundays, and my shift started at 5:30 in the morning. And so when I was on my way at 5:15 with my dad, I wasn't thinking this is going to be so great, the work ethic they're teaching me. But I can look back now at 50 and see what a gift it was. That was work ethic. My parents could have handed me that extra spending money. They had it, but they taught me to work for it. I was working 2 jobs my college summers. So I worked from 7:30 in the morning till 3 p.m. at a nursing home. And then I was a waitress at night from 5 till 10 o'clock at night. I built a work ethic. My parents paid for college, and I'm so blessed. But I paid for my spending money. I was competing against myself at a young age. My goal in life is to be an overachiever. Competition is second nature. If you're not willing to compete, welcome to your comfort zone. And I deeply desire the same for my children. They all work. They all strive to be better. They're preparing themselves for life, a life full of endless possibilities. Competition builds work ethic. And the same goes for colleges. They're all amazing students. They're honor roll students. Their rank matters to them. Their scores matter to them. They want to stand out. They want to be at the top of their reach schools that they're looking to get into. And I could tell them, chill, you've got good grades, relax, don't push yourself. But how you do anything is how you do everything. Those moments are preparing them for competing in life, to be their very best at everything. My goal is to raise independent young adults that know they can achieve anything they want if they are willing to work for it, to separate themselves, to stand out, to redefine normal, to set a standard. Getting yourself in a competitive arena raises your game, and it teaches you the priceless skill of work ethic. Number 3. Competition teaches us to adapt under pressure. There will always be pressure if we're on this path, right, to level up and become our best. If we expect to level up without pressure, we aren't leveling up. We're laying back. Why has it become the norm to back away from pressure? It's almost like pressure in today's world has become a curse word. Oh, you don't want to feel pressure. Does that business give you pressure? Does that job give you pressure? Is that sport giving you pressure? Like, I love to feel pressure. And I'm thinking, you hear people say, maybe it's not for me. I don't want the extra pressure. You know, the feeling of pressure is pressing on your potential. It's calling your potential to the table. Why do we shy away from being uncomfortable? Why do we think if something is adding pressure that we need to step back? Pressure is good. Newsflash, pressure is good. Pressure grows us. Think about diamonds. How are they formed? They're formed under extreme heat and pressure. Do you want to get engaged and be like, you know what? Here's a rock. The rock didn't like the pressure, so I got you a dirty rock. Okay? Because diamonds, they were all rocks at one point without shine, without sparkle. And then they develop into this magnificent thing that people use to get married and all different other things, right? But they had to go through the process. So we are all these beautiful things waiting to shine, but we have to be willing to go through the pressure. I have felt pressure in everything I've ever achieved or created. Pressure is us competing. It's the current us versus the future us. The current you wants the future you. But the minute the current you feels pressure or stress, we talk ourselves into the story of, you have a good life. Your life is already good already. Why are you putting something else on your plate? You don't need the pressure. If you want to be more successful, it's time to compete. If you want to be healthier, it's time to compete. If you want to have more, do more, become more, be more, it's time to compete. Our goal is to be better than the person we were yesterday, to expand, to build a relationship with pressure. That is how we level up. No one levels up without pressure. And I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news. If we don't want pressure, if we don't want to compete, then we don't want to be an entrepreneur, a leader. We don't want to be our best. And we truly must realize this. Number 4, competition teaches us to be winners versus whiners. We are living in a world of excuses, victim mentality, whining, complaining. It's everyone else's fault. Winners don't point fingers. They don't blame. They don't whine. They compete with themselves. They focus on improving. They take ownership. We can't be a victim and truly level up no matter what you do. No matter what profession you are in, think of it as an even playing field. I know when I started my business, I was excited once I realized, wow, I'm taking a look at this. There's many people, right? We're all part of the same company. We'll all have the same products. We all have the same opportunity. We all have the same odds. So what are my chances? Limitless. The only variable factor was me. Now, others might have more skills than us. That's true. But we have the ability to work harder and acquire those skills. We can always improve. We are in competition mode. Number 5, competition teaches us the value of failure. So often we are programmed not to fail. We err on the side of safety. We view failure as bad. It's not. It's the way. It's the only way. When we think of leveling up, we don't think of failing. When we compete, we will fail. You won't always win. That's how we improve. That's how we learn. When we lose, we feel we aren't good, that we don't measure up. And then maybe we think, wow, this is a sign that we aren't ready, right? That thinking could not be further from the truth. Learn to love failure. Love to embrace failure. It's part of competition. If we're afraid to fail, we're always going to play it safe. Don't make it emotional. Don't be dramatic. Just be willing to get back to work. I'm okay with failing, knowing I've given it 100% of what I got. What I'm not okay with is when I miss a mark, when I miss a goal, when I fail, right? But I know in my gut that I could have done more. And I chose not to. We all make a conscious decision to take ourselves out of the competitive arena and play small. We say things like this: I'm not about the accolades. I don't need that. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. This isn't about you. Every accolade, every win, every achievement, your evidence. You're raising the bar. You're giving others wings to their potential. You're feeding vision and belief into others, and you must be willing to fail if you are on a mission to fly. So you know what? Actually, joke's on me here. I told you guys we had 5 things for competition. We have 6. I have a 6th note. And so I could leave it out, but I'm not gonna. So this is now going to be a mystery to the new people. They think they have 5, but there's a number 6. Okay. Competition brings out the best in us. When people are on my heels, I run faster. When others succeed, they force me to run faster in a good way. Competition is best for us. It's healthy. It's necessary. It's the best atmosphere and example that we can set as a leader. We must become our best to help others become their best. We're living in a world today that puts down being competitive. Gosh, it's like viewed to so many as a bad thing. Like you hear things like this, gosh, they're so competitive. Like we have a disease. You hear things like they only care about getting better. And it's said with criticism. We're living in a world today that comfort and underachieving is good. We're afraid to push ourselves and others. We shy away from criticism, and some will even go as far as to go backwards in their performance to fit in so they don't stand out. There isn't any growth in a participation trophy. We are competitive. It's how we are made. It's in our DNA. Competition teaches us to set the next goal when we work, when we grind, and when we do what it takes and we achieve the next level. Like now, what do? It's a new level of competition. Now compete more. Build the skills, master your level, become the best at that level, set the bar, outwork everyone, set the next goal. That's what it takes to level up. Think about your field. Think about your profession. Who's the best? Who's number one? Who's the top? That's the bar. That's the vision. And without that, what are you working towards? To create a culture of excellence, it takes learning to love a competitive atmosphere. It's time for this world to bring back the merit. Success takes work. You have what it takes to be in the top of your field, to build to the top. You want to get into a competitive arena, not against anyone else, against the bar. Redefine the best. Break records. If you're in a situation now and you look around and there's no competition to level up, create it. Be the evidence. Redefine what's possible. Be the one that others are chasing. You will create an atmosphere of winners. So next week, we're going to be talking about loving the climb and losing the expectation of instant gratification. Too many give up on their greatness before they even get out of the starting gate. So love you, friends.